before I pop down the allotment today, I'm just going to quickly check up on my chitin potatoes. So we've got the Albert Bartlett Rooster, the Marius Piper, they're both going to be the main crop, and we've also got the Estima, which is the second early. I'm not bothering with first earlies this year. So now we're down at the allotment, we're in the polytunnel. There's the Violet Farms compost that I've bought for the raised beds in there and also for potting on. I've covered everything in fleece at the moment just because it's getting so cold in the nights. As you can see, it can warm up a bit, 15.3, but it is still getting quite cold in the night, so need to cover everything over, including my hands. As you can see, I had gloves on, I was freezing. But yep, everything's wrapped up nice and warm. There's the rainbow chard and the sprouts. Still got a couple of little sprouts on there. They look like they need a tidy up, but everything's looking. Now looking at the first bed on the plot, got some sage, purple sage, lupins, garlic chives, the normal chives. There's lots of strawberries, which I've planted all over the place. I think there's 3 gooseberry bushes, 1 green and 2 red. There's the red Lavera apple tree, the Stella cherry tree, and some currant bushes in the background. Here's some rhubarb that's coming up nicely. The broad beans, I think those are the spare ones that I've chucked in behind the flowers. The goji berry, which I thought had died, but looks like it's coming back to life now. There's the elderflower or elderberry, which I've just put in. They seem to be coming along nicely. Never grown them before, so I'm hoping they'll be okay. That looks like the other elderberry. There's 2. That one's looking a lot healthier with some flowers in the background. So there we have the garlic again and the broad beans interplanted to try and keep the black fly off it. Some red onions and shallots there, all coming along nicely. You can tell spring is nearly here because there's quite a few buds on this currant bush, so not sure what colour it is. It came with the plot, but really excited to see what these are when they come up. And there's the black grape vine that I've recently put in. The previous arch broke, so I'm going to put it in this is the old grapevine from the other plot. That's where the new arch is going to go, on the side there. This is the back of the shed, which needs its bit of tidying, and I'll have some trellises up the back there after I've painted the shed, and I'll grow some sweet peas up it. This is just the back of the plot where all the compost bins are congregated, just to sort of hide them. This is the part where the greenhouse is going to go. Going to hopefully get a 6x8 and save up the pennies for that now. There's the rosemary and a few strawberry plants that was given to me by another plot holder. There's some asparagus in there somewhere, but I'm not sure how well that's doing. It looks a bit boggy, so I might have killed it. I don't know. Not very good with growing asparagus, although I did manage last year. There's the onions and garlic and broad beans there again. Paths aren't quite finished, but we'll get those done a little bit at a time. Can't do it all in one day. And as it's nearly always raining at the moment, there's not much you can do. So this is the first bed with all the fruit in, which is the strawberries. And so this one coming up to the little flower bed that I've made for spring. There's all the spare broad beans and stuff in the background, but quickly show you here why I can't weed. Because all the little flowers are coming up. So there's tulips there and crocuses next to it. I tried to plant them in a lasagna type effect so that they would all come up and have lots of different colours all together, all different sizes, and there's some more tulips. Hopefully it'll put on a nice little display. If not, I'll move everything around for next year. But we'll see how that goes. And there's my little snowdrop, my first flower on this allotment plot. Blowing in the wind there happily. First one. So this is the worst part of my allotment, which is the state of the shed. That's just because you chuck everything in as it starts to rain and run off for a cup of tea and don't bother to clean it. So I think that's a job for a nicer day where you can take everything out and then chuck it all back in some sort of order. Bit of a mess. So it's now Sunday, the 4th of February in 2018, and I've been doing a little bit of work on the plot. I don't think you can see it at the moment, but it is trying to snow in the background, which was a bit strange because it was quite sunny earlier. So this is going to be the potato bed, and I gave that a rake over because it was looking a bit weedy. As you can see, I've had a few bonfires on there, so the ash is going to be spread out over the plot. Now I've done the side of the shed here, which is where the new arch is going to go, and the grapevines, when I get round to building one or buying one. And I also did round the back of the shed. Kept one of the currant bushes, but that's where the trellises are going to go for these sweet peas. So it's looking a lot better than it did, and I'm pleased with what I've done today, and I'm going to go home for my Sunday lunch.